What's up, people? Tonight we're going to talk about the big mafiosi and associate of the Philly Irish mob, Mr. Sylvan Scolnick, aka Cherry Hill Fats, aka Big Cherry. Now, to all my subscribers, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And for the newcomers, hit that subscribe button. Now, you might think to yourself, how do you not get caught being that big? Well, his intelligence and his humor. Let's just say he's that damn good. This guy could talk himself out of handcuffs. He was very convincing. He told the law he was too fat to get a regular job. Some even felt bad for him. He couldn't fit in a bathtub or even tie his shoes, and would manage to give a few jokes about it. He would walk out of interrogation rooms with detectives laughing, and as the detective read him his rights, he would fix the detective collar on his shirt. You're talking about a guy that stole 100 grand from the IRS sealed deposit box. The funny part about it was his. The IRS impounded the box after finding out it was full of cash. He would make his enemies forget they hate him. Now that's a person that you fear. Of course, he started as the neighborhood bully with a mean left hook. He was 17 knocking grown men out. In high school, lunch money wasn't even enough. He was already making street money. He would be larger than other kids. And he would be even larger than some adults. If he wins in gambling, they pay. If he loses, they pay. He would drop out of Northeast High School, which only a half a year left until graduation. At 18, he was arrested for running a bookmaking operation. And by 19, he opened up his own restaurant. His first scheme was reporting a car stolen and putting in a false insurance claim that would be paid. He thought he would die early after a heart attack at the age 29, so he needed to make fast money. At the end of his life, he would be sitting at 750 pounds. In prison, he went on a diet and got down to 530 pounds. That's still big, but it's good compared to the 750. He wasn't always that size, but when the money started to roll in, 5-star restaurants would be his daily routine. He would badmouth waiters and waitress, saying things like, "Get me my effing steak." He would demand the same tables each time he visited, and would even pay customers hundreds to give up a seat. He would finish 3 bottles of wine and drinking straight from the bottles. He once walked out of an $800 bill because the food wasn't coming fast enough. And we're talking about the 50s and 60s. In his active years, he was a knockout artist with a mean left. Of course, being that big, what do you expect? A news article wrote that he ate 54 hamburgers while in custody. This guy was involved in a couple of bank robberies, credit card fraud, home improvement fraud, insurance scams, mortgage scams, blackmailing, and extortion. He had a clever bankruptcy score. He would set up or buy a business and order a bunch of stuff off credit, then sell it. He would pretend he lost the money due to poor business practices, declare bankruptcy, and pocket the money. He would order cookies, antifreeze, television sets, all types of stuff. Goods up to $1.2 million. He would buy small businesses that had a history of good credit, and he would open up a bank account to show that he had money and that he could show statements. The goods were coming through the front door, and he would sell it out the back for 25 to 50% lower than the wholesale price. With that money, he would head to Vegas and spend $75,000 in a single weekend. That's nothing to a guy that stole an estimated 20 to 50 million over time. Now, most guys go to Vegas and book prostitutes. He would book showgirls. He would book 5 a night. Having his way, once he didn't get his way, he had a little problem with keeping his hands to himself. He once gave away 6 cars in 3 days to friends of his, 3 Cadillacs and 3 Chryslers. He would walk into the store to pick up 2 mink coats for his wife and mother and would pull out $8 grand to pay for it. Believe it or not, he complained about having so much money. His father-in-law would spend all day with him ripping out wood paneling to hide excess cash. One day, a brother would stop by and say the spot would be a perfect place to hide cash. And when his brother left, he would remove all the money. Now, after the fun, he would go back to scheming more money. Work hard, play harder. He would set up a friend with a nice expensive wardrobe, a nice limo, fully furnished, with a driver to play as a representative as an imaginary syndicate of investors with interests in jewelry business. The group will be interested in buying large quantities of jewelry. Fats would spend a week teaching the details of the settlement. The front man would then contact a reputable lawyer that would be paid a $1,000 retainer to help in the search. Scolnick had a print shop with a counterfeiter. He had several blank cashier checks from a New York bank printed up. 2 months later, the lawyer found a business broker with a chain of stores in Boston area for a sale at $28 million. The plan was to make a settlement on a Friday. The store would get the $28 million check. They would get the keys. It takes 3 days for the check to clear, so over the weekend, they would clean out the jewelry and cash. After that, everyone's happy. Easy score, easy money. On to the next one. He also had a 10-man operation involving bad bank loans, using fake identifications and phone numbers to verify credit references that would ring back to his headquarters. They would walk out the bank with $25,000 in cash 20 minutes. They would do 6 banks a day. That's 15 grand a day. $90K a week with the bank closed on Sundays. He operated a second mortgage loan office in Camden, New Jersey. People desperately in debt would take out a $3,000 consolidation loan with their house as collateral. All the money would come from the bank. Somehow, he was making $2 grand off each loan. He printed out fake insurance policies and sold them to people that couldn't buy fire or vehicle insurance. He bought a shitload of cheap paint for 55 cents a can. He would replace the labels with fake DuPont paint labels and sell them to contractors for $2.50 a can. So he had his hand in everything. He pled guilty in 1966 to bankruptcy fraud and did a 5-year stretch. He would end up flipping, leading the feds to 100 arrests. The biggest name he gave up was Harry Cariffin. He was a reporter that found dirt on people and shake down businessmen, bankers, labor organizations, and con men. He would threaten them with a newspaper article, and Scolnick was one of the lucky guys he was extorting, paying a monthly fee. During Cariffin's trial, one of the victims claimed they paid $10K and still got bad publicity in the newspapers. They said the threats came from Scolnick. Scolnick would even get a top detective in the DEA's office fired, claimed that he was extorting them. All of Fat Cherry's information would get him transferred from Lewisburg to Philadelphia's detention center. He provided at least 2,000 hours of interviews with local, state, and federal law enforcement officials. Even Canada had questions for the guy. During his stay, he was able to visit his Cherry Hill home on evenings. May 1970, he was released on a 30-year probation and was served the 30 if he goes back to his criminal ways. He wrote a book and claimed deals kept slipping away because of his past. Now, there was a question about the money, an estimated 20 to 50 million he made over the years. He told a reporter the money was gone due to becoming a lousy gambler. Now, I don't believe it. In my opinion, that's what he's supposed to say. I would have said the same thing. September of 1996, he would die in his home of a heart attack. He was 46 years old. And I'm pretty sure with him being passed away, his mom and his wife are taken care of. He was smart enough to tell the reporter that he lost all the money gambling, but he wasn't stupid enough to gamble all the money away. This guy made millions of dollars without even moving a finger. Well, he stole millions of dollars without moving a finger. And when he got booked for the bankruptcy fraud, his father-in-law got booked with him, and he told the feds to take it easy on his father-in-law. So, this guy was a genius. And if he would have admit to still having all of the money, he would have been forced to turn all of it in. And that's one thing he didn't want to do. So he was smart enough to tell the reporter that he was a lousy gambler. So there you have it. So if you guys like the content, hit the like button. And for all my newcomers, before you guys leave, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to check out all of my other videos. You don't got to watch them all, but you might see something on there that you like. And, hit the comments up. Let me know. So I just want to say thanks for watching. I'm out.